Hello everyone, it's Octo, and have you ever wondered how to translate an ancient Greek sentence as an absolute beginner? Or even wanted some helpful tips on how to translate it as an expert? If you click the video, you're probably at least a little curious, so let's learn how to translate ancient Greek sentences. Step 1. Read the sentence aloud in ancient Greek. Remember, don't translate right away, even if your brain really wants you to. Just get a feeling of how the ancient Greek sounds. Let's take this, which is from the first sentence of Thucydides' Histories. Thucydides Athenaios xun egrapse ton Polemon ton Peloponnesion kai Athenaion. Step 2. Note the words you recognize, and then note the words you don't. Since you're probably not going to know all of the words on your first attempt, let's start with the easy part, the words you do know. Now, let's look at the words we don't know. Even if you don't have a great understanding of a word, you can still look to its context, its roots, or even derivatives for hints. For example, I have no idea what xun egrapse means. However, I do know that it's a verb because of that epsilon ending. I know that calligraphy is writing beautiful things. I know that orthography is writing correctly. I know that syntax is placing things together. And I know synergy is when things are working together. Alas, it is but a mystery. Step 3. Note word groups and inflectional changes. One helpful tip for this step is take the sentence as it comes. Don't skip around looking for the verb. If you take a sentence in order, word by word, you'll have a much better insight into what the author is thinking. Counterintuitively, doing the longer version actually saves you a lot of time in the long run. Personally, I like to highlight the different cases. For me, nominatives are blue, genitives are magenta, datives are green, and accusatives are brown. In addition to that, I like to underline verbs. And if you're up to the challenge, it can be helpful to mark where clauses or ideas end. Luckily for us though, our sentence only has one clause. Thucydides and Athenaios are both nominative, so let's mark them as blue. Xun egrapse is our verb, so let's underline it. Ton Polemon is accusative, so let's highlight it as brown. And lastly, we have two genitive ideas that are linked with kai. Ton Peloponnesion, kai Athenaion. Let's highlight these as magenta. As a side note, let's keep in the back of our mind that these two genitives are probably going to modify the same thing. Step 4. Write a first translation. When starting a translation, it can be helpful to start with the verb. Just don't skip the parts from earlier. The verb here is xun egrapse. He, she, or it is doing something, but I'm not exactly sure what it means. But I also know that it's a third person singular aorist because of that xe ending, so we can say that he, she, or it blanked. Next, let's look at our nominatives for our subjects. Here we have Thucydides Athenaios. When we put all of that together, we get Thucydides the Athenian blanked. Next, let's look at our accusative, ton Polemon. Since it's accusative, it's probably a direct object, so let's put it right after the verb. After putting that down, we should check for datives and genitives. And oi moi, it looks like we have two of them. Ton Peloponnesion kai Athenaion, meaning of the Peloponnesians and of the Athenians. Because of its proximity to Polemon, I'm guessing that it modifies that. Let's say that this genitive is possessive. If it's probably possessive, that means that it's the Peloponnesians and the Athenians' war. So altogether, we have Thucydides the Athenian blanked the war of the Peloponnesians and the Athenians. Step 5. Check a dictionary. If the meaning of a word is still unknown, check a dictionary. Try your best to avoid looking up words right away. It will help your vocabulary so much. I also think that xun egrapse means that it's to describe in a written form. For now, let's put described as the main verb. Step 6. Review the translation. Reread both the ancient Greek and the English aloud. It will help you spot any imperfections. Thucydides Athenaios xun egrapse ton Polemon ton Peloponnesion kai Athenaion. Thucydides the Athenian described the war of the Peloponnesians and of the Athenians. And from there, you can choose to simplify it even further. Let's shorten it to Thucydides the Athenian described the Peloponnesian and the Athenian war. That sounds like a pretty good translation to me. Step 7. Try your best and ask for help if you need it. I know it can be difficult sometimes, but try not to get discouraged. Professors, teachers, and ancient Greek enthusiasts all love talking about ancient Greek, and they will be more than willing to answer your questions, even if they answer a little bit more than you would like. Thank you so much for watching, and we went over my 7 steps for translating an ancient Greek sentence. Using these strategies might be overkill on some easy sentences, but using them on much bigger ones will always be helpful. And even if it doesn't get you a perfect translation, it'll at least get it somewhere to where you can share it with someone else and ask for help. So remember, be positive and be yourself. Peace.